Hey, what's happening all? It is the 25th of August, getting close to the end of this month, and we've seen a lot of activity in the market. That's a little bit. We'll get into those charts here in a minute. But before we get into that, let me tell you about something that seems to be really popping up a lot. A lot of people looking at doing that BRRRR strategy, right? The buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. Now, I believe that the rent and the refinance are backwards in there. So when you look it up, that's how it's laid out. But you should always get the refi done before you rent it out. Because if you rent it out before you start a refinance, get that money back out, right? Because typically the thought process, you buy it really low, let's say 50,000. And if you're going to put 25,000 into it, it should be potentially worth 100, right? Well, if you put 50 into it, to the acquisition, 25 into the rehab, and it's worth 100, you're at a 75% loan to value. That is a cash out refinance. You pull that money back out. But with the new rules with cash out, your money could be locked up for a year. Don't do that deal till we talk. You absolutely need to talk to me when you find something like that. When you go into contract on that, not after you close. Do it before you close. I can show you exactly how that money needs to stack up. So when you do the refinance, you can potentially, if it appraises high enough, get all that cash back out. You literally have no money in the deal. You own it for free, basically. You're using bank money, and somebody else, your tenant's going to pay it off. You own a free asset. So do not ever close on a cash deal unless we talk, please. These BRRRR deals, even when you're talking about the value of it, right? In this one we just talked about, $50,000 purchase price, 25,000 rehab is now worth 100. Is it really worth 100? Get the details on what makes it worth 100, then call me. We will go over it. I have seen thousands of these deals. I've seen them explode on people because they didn't ask the right questions. I will give you the questions to ask. We will figure it out together. Never go into a BRRRR deal without me or my team in it. Never. You can't trust the other lenders. They don't get it. They don't understand it. I have seen thousands of deals blow up in people's faces because they didn't call me first. I'm telling you, I'm screaming it. Never look at one of those type of deals without talking to us. We will guide you through it the best we can with the information that we're able to get and make sure that you have the best shot at getting that money back out. So let me share something with you. We've been talking about, I'll go into, actually, if you want to know more about that, you want to get great deals, you got to come to Memphis. You come to Memphis with us, we'll be able to share with you what we have seen, exactly how people become successful with that. And we can show you exactly how to run those numbers and all that. So literally, I'll make that part of the conversation while we're there. It makes it easier when it's in person, and it makes it easier when I'm showing a deal itself. Let's also talk about Memphis here real quick. Take a look at this. This is Operation Underground Railroad's website. We're going to their website. All right, so here we are, Operation Underground Railroad's website. In fact, I'm just go directly to the main site itself so you can see. So when you go to ourrescue.org, and then you can see this is their site. This is the people that fighting human trafficking. In fact, cut that out, guys. When we start right here at this point, let's go to Operation Underground Railroad's website, right? So these are the guys that we've been talking about for years, been helping support, helping try and make things happen with respect to the combating human trafficking. I've talked about Sound of Freedom. Very blessed to be able to see that movie years ago in private viewings with the director and with Tim Ballard himself, very good friend. But let's look at their events. Check this out, guys. They put this up on their events page. You go there, you scroll down. Look at October 19th, 20th and 21st, the Memphis Investment Property Expo. What we're talking about, you coming to. Come see us. Meet the guys from OUR. Come see what they have to say about human trafficking. Every single dollar towards this event, your $250 tickets, goes to OUR to fight human trafficking, to save kids. Then, so here's where all the registration is. We've talked about that. You can actually go to OUR's website to do that if you want. So let's also share the charts while we're here. Now, we have seen a lot of negative movement. And then as I had talked about, it goes right back into the channel, right? Why did it go into the channel? Right here, one of the things that brought it back in, one, the channel is going to drag it back in. This is part of the direction of where things are going to go. Now, this day, what happens is there's a revision of the employment numbers we had before. All the employment numbers that we were given, make it look like there's all these jobs being created. And then 2 months later, they revise all the numbers. Whether the numbers show that's a lot weaker than they thought. So weakness in the economy shows that we're going to see an improvement. At least it's a very bond-friendly environment where there's weakness in the economy. Strength in the economy means you want to go to equities, go to stocks. Weakness in economies, you go to long-term instruments like bonds. That's why there's a big drive into bonds. And then you start getting into the All the bankers, everybody in the economic world is going to Jackson Hole. You've got this big thing going on there. And then Chairman Powell's talking today, and he's talking a lot about raising rates. They're not done raising rates. Inflation's still too high. They've seen some improvement, but it's not improved enough. So, of course, since inflation is not bond friendly, look, we got banged out of the channel again, but we're sitting right on support. So we got the support that we drawn last week. So I'm thinking it's going to squeeze us. As you can see, my channel is heading downward. I'll zoom in a little bit more. And this is banging right off support that will hopefully get squeezed right back in the channel. We'll see reasons for it to go back up. So for right now, I'm hoping it goes back in there. If it goes back up and get a little bit cheaper in the rates, it'll still be the same rate being offered. It's just going to get cheaper. That one day that we saw that improvement 2 days ago, it's great for people that locked. Right now, we're not far off of that. So if you are looking at and you've got something come up, let's talk about those rates. Let's talk about what the options are. Talk to myself and Scotty. We'll find ways to help you find the best option for you. Thank you guys, and we will talk to you very soon.